Two questions for you, sir. We're talking about regulation, we're talking about a lot more armament, we're talking about the cutting edge of technology. Firstly, also there's a question of cost. And you were mentioning to us outside, sir, because your company also supplies drones to the army. They were used in this conflict. Is not actually in India used drones in the Kargil War too, on a much smaller level. So how fast is the pace of change? What are the kind of drones that are currently being used, to the extent that you can talk to us about it? And can you give us an idea of the cost of this equipment so that people get a perspective on what we're talking about?
Thank you, and Jai Hind. Firstly, you must be aware that Government of India has identified the contribution in the recent Operation Sindoor for drone companies, and IG Drone is one of them. And I think the audience will appreciate that, the effort of the company. Secondly, what you said, in fact, when the conflict started on 7th night, 4 of my boys were trapped in Poonch sector. They were delivering drones. And I was a little worried about their safety. Then I rang up my people, and somehow I could bring them back from there, from that conflict zone. And I told them that you guys are very lucky. You could be part of that particular conflict, the sounds and everything, Coming back to the cost, we have got a very small drone called FPV Kamakaji. FPV means first person view. And we have got a goggle, you can see your targets, and the speed goes up to 140 kilometers. We have got 7-inch size, 10-inch size, and then it goes and drop directly, hit the target. And the cost, you said cost, it costs only 1 lakh rupees. So cheap. We have got a large
This is the kind of drone that was used on the Lahore airport, AED battery, which was used with loitering ammunition.
We have got other drones also. We have got surveillance drones, we have got mapping drones, and everything is made by us only. Now, it is very interesting to know the journey of this company. Only 5 students from one of the engineering colleges in Odisha, they dreamt of something, and they made something for the space industry, which was appreciated by Prime Minister Modi in his Mann Ki Baat. And because the same technology is also used for drone manufacturing, subsequently they found that probably commercially drone manufacturing will be good, so they started that. And 2015 I superannuated, and my journey also, I will also narrate a little bit. So they came to me, so I call them Panch Pandavas.
And you had retired as the ADG in military operations.
Yes,
so you knew
I was
the use case, and they were the young kids who had the tech.
So many people think that it is the Azerbaijan and Armenia, that is the starting point of drones. No. We used drones during Kargil War. Not many people know about that. The Israelis, they gave us the Heron and Searchers. But the problem at that point of time was there was no digital maps. And it was my responsibility at that point of time as a colonel to provide the digital maps. So we had to overnight digitize all the maps, the paper maps. You all know the topographical maps. Because why digital maps? Because the satellite imageries were only 2 dimensions. The paper maps were also 2 dimensions. So those contours we digitized. So we created a 2.5 dimension digital maps. Otherwise, how do you not do the surveillance and reconnaissance and find out the targets? Subsequently, I worked the DRDO also when I was a brigadier with ADE Bangalore, and Dr. Jharna Majumdar. She met me and she said we should work together, and we did many things. And I was also there in the army headquarters for a long time. So at that time the policy was also not very favorable. So that is how the journey started. Now you see we have got a large number of drones. We have got initially we started as a surveillance. Now we have got the Kamakaji combat drones.